Hello. So we're now going to do the last part of Mass Effect. Now, just like I always do this, like most of the time when I stop playing something and then I come back to it like the next day and I'm right near the end of it, it's literally 5 minutes from the end. So we'll see. Like, and it normally doesn't take me as long as I think it's going to. Like normally, you know, in games like this, like Mass Effect 1 gets very grindy after a while. Just doing the same missions, you know, going to the same looking places. I mean, I love the fact, I love what they attempted, and this is 2008, you know what I mean? So this is the game really did spawn the entire series, but at the same time, oof, by modern standards, you know, it really is a grind. But I love it, I do love it.
Shepard, may I speak with you?
Just kick her out.
I always have time for you, Liara.
I do not know what is going to happen on Ilos. I hope we will stop Saren, of course, but part of me fears we are already too late. There is something I must tell you, in case we fail.
I don't plan on failing.
Please, I am not looking for comfort. Saren might already have the conduit. It is time to be completely honest with each other. These could be our last moments together. Our last chance to show each other how we feel. I want this to be special.
We don't have to do this. Not unless you're sure.
I have never been more sure of anything in my life. Will you join with me, Shepard? Let our bodies and minds unite.
Nah. I'm just kidding.
Just tell me what to do.
By the goddess. That was incredible, Shepard.
You know, it seems like that is incredibly tame and incredibly tasteful, considering what, you know, Dragon Age Origins served off. You know, not long after this. That scene and scenes like this got a huge backlash from the media, who obviously, you know, don't have a clue on games and what the hell's going on in games most of the time, and they sensationalized a lot of it and said you can sodomize people, you can do this, you can do that. Can't do anything. That's literally what you can do in the game. That's all you can do. And as far as I'm concerned, for a game, and for that was on a movie or a TV show, I'd think that was really bloody tame. You know what I mean? I'd be like, what? That's it? That's all we get? But you know, for the game, it suits it. It's tasteful. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's there. It's gone. It's not like the bloody Dragon Age ones where you get, you know, just this. Everyone got their underwear on, and because they want to show you more than what they're allowed to, and it just comes off as odd. Whereas this game, you know, it keeps within its means. Yes, they're naked and stuff, but at the same time, you know, they live within the confines of the engine. They keep it tasteful. They keep it. You don't really see any nudity, and it's fine. It's all good. And they went, and this is one of the better changes in later games with Dragon Age Inquisition and in Andromeda. They went with this type as well, where there is a bit of nakedness in there, but at the same time they keep it very tasteful. It's not, you know, you don't see anything, you don't see too much, and it's not like two weird dolls grinding on each other. It's an actual scene, and it actually goes towards establishing, you know, part of the relationship going forward. One of the main things I would say about BioWare games is that romances have almost become a sort of staple, which is wrong. I don't think that should have been the case at all. Not because I think romances are not very good, and they shouldn't be in BioWare games. I just think that they become normal, and they shouldn't be normal. The reason why people love them in the first place is because people like Bastila Shan and people like Liara, people like that, they made the romances and Morrigan, people like that, they made the romances in the games feel real. And not so much real, because that's creepy, but they made it feel more real to the character. They made it feel like it actually fitted what was going on, and it was completely feasible for you to not actually have a romance whatsoever. Like, I'm doing a dwarf playthrough on Dragon Age Origins where he's not with anyone because he's an asshole. He doesn't even give a shit about anyone, and that's fine. In later games, it almost becomes a necessity to get into romance with people. Like, the game doesn't really give you a choice. It's kind of creepy the way it forces you, it shoehorns you in, and almost forces you to be with people. It just doesn't fit. And I think one of the main issues with this system was the fact that on the dialogue wheel, which is crappy anyway, and it's a bad way of doing dialogue, but the dialogue wheel, instead of actually making decisions about what your character's going to say and what they're not going to say, if you wanted to flirt with somebody, you just click the heart button, which is such an impersonal and stupid way of doing it, because it doesn't show you anything. It just says, click here to romance. It's like, no, it's ridiculous. That's not how life works, you know? The reason why these were special in the first place is because you had to actually make dialogue decisions yourself. You actually had to, you know, it actually felt like you were directing the character, and it naturally just sort of happened with another character. And there were times when you would make decisions in games and you wouldn't get any romances. You get nothing, because that's how you're role-playing that character, and that's great, and that's a choice that you've made. But just like so many things with BioWare, they dumbed it down, and then they made it into a gimmick, and then it just became this generic, normal thing that is just stale and needs to go. Unfortunately, I think BioWare as a company, as an RPG making company, need to go. They need to stick with things like Anthem, because they are not an RPG maker anymore. They started out with Twisted Steel, which wasn't an RPG, and then they made a lot of really good RPGs, and then the quality tailed off, and then finally they gutted most of their own staff with mismanagement, and nowadays we're stuck with things like Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem. So, you know, this is probably one of the last tasteful scenes of this kind that we're ever going to see in BioWare games. And hello, Analicus, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good night.
Ready for round 2?
Commander?
5 minutes ETA to the Mu relay.
I had better go. Duty calls. You would not want to keep Joker waiting. Shepard, whatever happens on Ilos, I just wanted to say thank you for everything.
Commander, we've got company.
Have their sensors picked us up yet?
Stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? No way we can make a drop in there.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone!
There is no other landing zone!
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option, it's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker,
I can do it.
gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
unfortunately, Ilos is
We
another...
have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There is no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren
My
found some way
eyes.
to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We will have to find some way to get it up and running again.
Okay, so unfortunately, Ilos is another one of these planets where I'm gonna have to do this. There we go. So there will be no shadows for this part of the game. Just ridiculous, isn't it? Just ridiculous. But heck, it's an old game, so what are you gonna do? Again, the only thing I can think of for that is that this game really doesn't like multi-threaded CPUs. So if you've got more than one core, the game just, only in certain areas, just goes, oh, the shadows, and yeah, it makes your characters really blocky for no reason. That's why the game looks absolutely terrible right now with no shadows. But at least lets me see all the enemies. This part of the game is actually really confusing. In that, you know, it's part of the environment design of Mass Effect 1, I'm afraid, is that it really is bad at times. That you literally are trying to find your way around places and you just can't. It's really because it's bad level design. Everywhere looks just the same.
I think we got him, Commander.
And I think BioWare at this stage was still trying to figure out how to do a normal 3D, you know, role-playing game like this, action, you know, more action-based. Because some of the level design isn't, it just doesn't help you at all. It literally just says, you could be over there somewhere, maybe. Maybe try doing that, or... One of those stupid elevators that comes down to meet you for some reason. That's what I mean. It's how confusing it gets now. Like, this is extremely weird, extremely random. Come on. And by the way, now that Shepard has this armor and this many shields, he's literally unkillable. Like, he's literally almost unkillable. Like, you need to be standing and you need to get really lazy. In a way, like, this is how I would get him killed when I'm playing him, is that you just get so lazy, like, yeah, nothing can kill him. He's just on, you know. Edge 6. Is that any good? No. Yeah. So Ilos is not my favourite place. I'm gonna be free and say that now. I mean, look at this. I mean, there's just so many little bits that. I mean, how the fuck would you supposed to know this is here? Terrible level. Absolutely awful level design. I mean, look at this shit. Look at this shit. I mean, you can't get back over. But how the hell are you meant to know it's even there to come over here? Ridiculous. It's just random how you come across it, you know? I seem to remember quite a few times, like coming into this part of the game, and never finding this place for ages. Like you're just running around like what the fuck? Only to find that this really random small alcove that you were meant to run down like an hour ago. But you know, it's very strange.
All targets eliminated.
All targets eliminated. Good. Okay, where the... You have to go in here now? Something? No? It's so fucking... It's such a bad level. It's such a bad level for design. Everywhere looks the same. Like, there's just no rhyme or reason to where anything is. Am I running the wrong way or the right way? I don't know. It could be... I mean, where even am I? That's the main thing. Silly. Very, very, very silly. And unfortunate. This is what I don't like about it, is that the game's momentum, here we go, I think that's where I'm meant to be. The game's momentum right now is at a fever pitch, like it's really cranking up, like it should be getting towards the end. And instead you have this stupid planet that just slows you down and, you know, makes you go into pointless areas and sends you around in circles. You know, you're lost for 10-15 minutes and it just robs part of the climax of the game away from where it should be, and that really annoys me. I mean, look, this elevator just goes to these two crates. It doesn't actually go to anywhere in Pacific that you actually need to be at. It's just it's an elevator to get to two crates. I mean, I don't mean to harp on about bad things about the game, but to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. I thought that's where we were meant to go, but apparently not. But then again, we'll walk around another random corner in a minute, and we'll look. See, we're meant to be here. Is this the elevator we're meant to go in? Who knows? Who knows? Because the other elevator looked just the same as this, so no idea.
This place still has power. It must be running off its own generator.
This must be the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after you went inside. We will have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that bunker.
Okay, guess we're in the right place. That's the way. Down there. I think this is another bit of stupid level design, look. You think you're meant to go down there, right? I'm willing to bet that there's an alcove around here that you've got to go down. What did I fucking say? How stupid is that? And this is where you actually need to be. This is the center of the entire thing. So silly.
Come, Saren already has a head start. We have to go find him before he reaches the conduit.
Unless he's already found it, then we're just walking into a trap.
That is a chance we will have to take.
Hold on. Something's happening.
Too late. Unable to... Invading fleets. No escape.
Sounds like some kind of message, but I don't recognize the language.
It is probably in Prothean. This recording must be 50,000 years old. No wonder we cannot understand it.
The message is all broken up, but I recognize some of the words. It's a warning against the Reaper invasion.
Of course. Between the beacons and the cipher, an understanding of the Prothean language would have been transferred into your mind.
Not safe. Seek refuge. Inside the archives.
What's it saying? Can you make out anything useful?
Vault Reapers. The Citadel. Overwhelmed. Only hope. Act of desperation. The conduit. All is lost.
It said something about the conduit, but it's too degraded to help. We should go.
Cannot be stopped. Cannot be stopped.
Are the gate controls here, or was that it? Yeah, I think that was it. So, yeah. It's just me, or the things like that in games, you know, things like that. Do they just... They sound like somebody's just saying words, that it's not actually part of a sentence, you know what I mean? So, the Mass Effect relays are too damaged, and like, the Mass Effect relays part is like, in static. They don't blur out that, they just say, too damaged, can't be stopped. Do you know what I mean? Without actually saying the sentence. I don't know, this is what I've always got from it. I'll stop bitching. I don't know. Funnily enough, from my previous experience with these games, when you play Mass Effect 2, the strain on your PC is like non-existent because it's so much better organised and it's so better in terms of...
Take the vehicle into the creepy underground bunker.
Good idea. Firepower will come in handy.
Then we shall do just that.
I have spent my life studying the Protheans, but I never dreamed I would discover anything like this. This bunker might have been the last refuge of their entire species. Just imagine what mysteries it might hold. Imagine what secrets it might reveal.
Hey, try to remember why we're here. Saren, the conduit, the fate of the entire known galaxy.
I am sorry. I was swept up in the moment.
What are all those things on the wall? Some kind of container?
They look like stasis pods. The Protheans probably tried to keep themselves alive through cryogenic freezing. Something must have gone wrong. This bunker became their tomb. The pods are dead.
And the music you're hearing right now is a song called Vigil, which is very, very, very famous. And as I said before in this playthrough, it's generally known as the Mass Effect 1 theme among fans. Mainly because it does sound innocent and simple, which is kind of what this game is. It's kind of what Mass Effect 1 is. It's all about discovery and being innocent and, you know, just going on a nice, lovely adventure. You know?
What is happening?
It's a trap! Saren must have set an ambush.
I do not think Saren is behind this.
You are not Prothean, but you are not machine either. This eventuality was one of many that was anticipated. This is why we sent our warning through the beacons.
Looks like some kind of VI program. Pretty badly damaged.
I do not sense the taint of indoctrination upon any of you. Unlike the other that passed recently. Perhaps there is still hope.
This is incredible. An actual Prothean VI, and I can understand it.
I have been monitoring your communications since you arrived at this facility. I have translated my output into a format you will comprehend. My name is Vigil. You are safe here for the moment, but that is likely to change. Soon, nowhere will be safe.
Are you some kind of artificial intelligence program?
I am an advanced non-organic analysis system, with personality imprints from Kesad Aishan, Chief Overseer of the Ilos Research Facility.
Why did you bring me here?
You must break a cycle that has continued for millions of years. But to stop it, you must understand, or you will make the same mistakes we did. The Citadel is the heart of your civilization and the seat of government, as it was with us, and as it has been with every civilization that came before us. But the Citadel is a trap. The station is actually an enormous mass relay, one that links to dark space, the empty void beyond the galaxy's horizon. When the Citadel relay is activated, the Reapers will pour through, and all you know will be destroyed.
How come nobody ever noticed the Citadel was an inactive mass relay?
The Reapers are careful to keep the greatest secrets of the Citadel hidden. That is why they created a species of seemingly benign organic caretakers. The Keepers maintain the station's most basic functions. They enable any species that discovers the Citadel to use it without fully understanding the technology. Reliance on the Keepers ensures no other species will ever discover the Citadel's true nature. Not until the relay is activated and the Reapers invade.
How do the Reapers survive out in dark space?
We have only theories. The researchers here came to believe the Reapers enter prolonged states of inactivity to conserve energy. This allows them to survive the thousands and thousands of years it takes for organic civilization to rebuild itself. But in this state, they are vulnerable. By retreating beyond the edges of the galaxy, they ensure no one will accidentally discover them. They keep their existence hidden until the Citadel relay is activated.
The Reapers can wipe out the Council and the entire Citadel fleet in a single surprise attack.
That was our fate. Our leaders were dead before we even realized we were under attack. The Reapers seized control of the Citadel, and through it, the mass relays. Communication and transportation across our empire were crippled. Each star system was isolated, cut off from the others. Easy prey for the Reaper fleets. Over the next decades, the Reapers systematically obliterated our people. World by world, system by system, they methodically wiped us out.
The war was lost. If you had surrendered, they might have let you live.
No offer of surrender was ever given. Our enemy had a single goal: the extinction of all advanced organic life. Through the Citadel, the Reapers had access to all our records, maps, census data. Information is power, and they knew everything about us. Their fleets advanced across every settled region of the galaxy. Some worlds were utterly destroyed. Others were conquered, their populations enslaved. These indoctrinated servants became sleeper agents under Reaper control. Taken in as refugees by other Protheans, they betrayed them to the machines. Within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed or enslaved every Prothean in the galaxy. They were relentless, brutal, and absolutely thorough.
I don't understand. Where did the Reapers go after they conquered your people?
Our worlds were stripped bare, harvested by the indoctrinated slaves. Everything of value, all resources, all technology was taken. Certain that all advanced organic life had been extinguished, the Reapers retreated back through the Citadel relay into dark space, sealing it behind them. All evidence of the Reaper invasion had been wiped away. Only their indoctrinated slaves were left behind, abandoned. Mindless husks, no longer capable of independent thought, the indoctrinated soon starved or died of exposure. The genocide of the Protheans was complete.
What do the Reapers get out of this? Why do they keep repeating this pattern of genocide over and over?
The Reapers are alien, unknowable. Perhaps they need slaves or resources. More likely they are driven by motives and goals organic beings cannot hope to comprehend. In the end, what does it matter? Your survival depends on stopping them, not in understanding them.
That one line shows you why the writing team for this game were eminently more talented than the writing teams in Mass Effect 3. Not Mass Effect 2, but 3. You know, because in Mass Effect 3 they tried to explain, they made the cardinal sin. When you've got an interesting villain, don't reveal too much. Always keep a little bit of it ambiguous, you know? Especially when it's a villain like the Reapers, who are this massive Lovecraftian threat. Put it this way, the second you give Cthulhu a health bar is the second he stops being scary. Because he's finite. You can kill him at that stage. As Arnold Schwarzenegger said, if it bleeds, we can kill it. That one line, in the end, what does it matter? Your survival depends on stopping them, not in understanding them. That should have been the MO going into Mass Effect 3. You do not explain where the Reapers come from. You do not explain what they want. They're just big, scary dudes who are here to kill you and all of your friends, and they won't even do the fucking courtesy of telling you why. Because they're so above you, they may as well be gods. And you've got to try and stop them. That's scary. That's scary. Finding out that the Reapers are a byproduct of an AI accident that happened millions of years ago is not scary. It gives the Reapers a beginning, and in so doing, shows them as having an end as well, you know. It strips them of all intimidation value, it strips them of all, you know, sense of awe. They're just normal things now. You know? They're part of the galaxy, they're just another form of life. Drew Karpyshyn, who wrote this game, I knew, and I still know, that was his main MO behind the Reapers, is that they were not to be revealed. You know, the Reapers are just out there, they're just this ethereal force that we never actually find out anything about, you know? And the horrible thing is, even after Mass Effect 3, when you've defeated the Reapers, if you didn't find out anything about the Reapers, you just defeated them. How would you know they're all truly dead? How would you know there aren't more coming? You know what I mean? It's cool. It's such a nice... and it's more realistic that way.
You said you brought me here for a reason. Tell me what I need to do.
The conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attacked, we Protheans were on the cusp of unlocking the mysteries behind mass relay technology. Ilos was a top-secret facility. Here, researchers worked to create a small-scale version of a mass relay, one that linked directly to the Citadel, the hub of the relay network.
The conduit is not a weapon. It is a backdoor onto the Citadel.
How did you manage to stay hidden?
All official records of our project were destroyed in the initial attack on the Citadel. While the Prothean Empire came crashing down, Ilos was spared. We severed all communication with the outside, and our facility went dark, the personnel retreated underground into these archives. To conserve resources, everyone was put into cryogenic stasis. I was programmed to monitor the facility and wake the staff when the danger had passed. But the genocide of an entire species is a long, slow process. Years passed, decades, centuries. The Reapers persisted, and my energy reserves were dwindling.
How did you survive?
I began to disable the life support of non-essential personnel. First support staff, then security. One by one, their pods were shut down to conserve energy. Eventually, only the stasis pods of the top scientists remained active. Even these were in danger of failing when the Reapers finally retreated back through the Citadel relay.
There were hundreds of stasis pods out there. You just shut them down? You killed them?
You couldn't let everyone die. Better to sacrifice some so others could live.
This outcome was not completely unforeseen. My actions were a result of contingency programming entered on my creation.
I bet they didn't tell the non-essential staff about this contingency.
I saved key personnel. When the Reapers retreated, the top researchers were still alive. My actions are the only reason any hope remains. When the researchers woke, they realized the Prothean species was doomed. There were only a dozen individuals left, far too few to sustain a viable population. Yet they vowed to find some way to stop the Reapers from returning. A way to break the cycle forever. And they knew the Keepers were the key.
I still don't understand what's going on here. Why is Saren trying to find the conduit?
The conduit gives him access to the Citadel and the Keepers. The Keepers are controlled by the Citadel. Before each invasion, a signal is sent through the station compelling the Keepers to activate the Citadel relay. After decades of feverish study, the scientists discovered a way to alter this signal. Using the conduit, they gained access to the Citadel and made the modifications. This time, when Sovereign sent the signal to the Citadel, the Keepers ignored it. The Reapers are trapped in dark space.
Saren must have some plan to undo everything you did.
The one you call Saren will use the conduit to bypass the Citadel's defenses. Once inside, he will transfer control of the station to Sovereign. Sovereign will override the Citadel systems and manually open the relay, and the cycle of extinction will begin again.
I'll take Sovereign down. Somehow.
There's a data file in my console. Take a copy when you go. When you reach the Citadel's master control unit, upload it to the station. It will corrupt the Citadel's security protocols and give you temporary control of the station. It might give you a chance against Sovereign.
Wait. Where's the Citadel's master control unit? I've never heard of anything like that.
Through the conduit. Follow Saren. He will lead you to your destination.
If the Reapers are trapped in dark space, how did Sovereign get here?
It is logical to assume the Reapers would leave one of their own behind after each extinction. A sentinel to pave the way for their inevitable return. Like those in dark space, Sovereign probably spent most of the last 50,000 years in a state of hibernation. Periodically, it would wake to analyze the situation. Keeping its existence hidden, it would evaluate the state of galactic civilization. And when the time was right, it would signal the Citadel and usher in the next Reaper invasion. But this time the signal failed. The Keepers did not respond. Sovereign's allies were trapped in the void. Alone, it was forced to try and discover what had gone wrong.
Sovereign's the largest ship in the galaxy. Why all this secrecy? Why not just attack the Citadel?
Sovereign is not invincible. Revealing its true nature would have united the forces of every organic species against it. Even a Reaper couldn't survive such odds. But the Reapers are patient. They will not rush into the unknown. Sovereign could have been planning this for centuries, moving deliberately, gathering allies. Slowly, it has assembled the pieces of the puzzle, working through agents to keep itself hidden. Saren is the most visible pawn of the Reapers, but I doubt he was the first. Now Sovereign has grown bold. Whether from confidence or desperation, I cannot say. But it is determined to reopen the portal to dark space.
What about the beacon on Eden Prime? And the one on Vermeer? What were they for?
At our apex, the beacons spanned the breadth of our empire. We used them as a single galaxy-wide network to transmit data and communications rapidly from world to world. Virtually all the beacons were destroyed during the invasion, but once the Reapers were gone, the survivors here on Ilos decided to risk sending out a message. We knew it was unlikely there were other survivors, but if there were, we wanted them to know about Ilos. We wanted to give them hope, so a message was sent across the network.
You could have exposed yourself to the Reapers.
In truth, we didn't expect any of the beacons would still function, but we had to try. If there were survivors, we had to reach them. The message was meant for our own people. It was coded so only organic beings could interpret it. We still didn't understand the power of Reaper indoctrination. We never realized it could lead an agent of the machines, like Saren, to this world. But it has also led you here. So perhaps we did not fail after all.
So when the Reapers created the Citadel, they created the Keepers as well?
A more likely scenario is that the Keepers were one of the early harvested civilizations. Perhaps the very first. Perhaps they responded well to indoctrination, or the Reapers simply bred them to be obedient. In any case, they were left behind to operate and maintain the Citadel. But the Keepers are no longer directly controlled by Sovereign or its ilk. They evolved so that they only respond to the signals emitted by the Citadel itself. When the Protheans altered the Citadel's signals, they broke Sovereign's hold over the Keepers. Now, they are completely harmless.
Sovereign must have realized that organic races were difficult to control.
A likely hypothesis. The Keepers evolved in an unanticipated direction. Non-organic servants like the Geth would be more predictable.
What happened to the survivors from the Conduit project?
They used the Conduit to gain access to the Citadel, but the Conduit is only a prototype. The portal only links in one direction, so they were trapped on the station. I do not know what became of them then. It is unlikely they found any food or water on the station. I fear they suffered a slow, grim death. I only know they succeeded in their mission to seal the relay. Your presence here proves their sacrifice was not in vain.
What a weird situation, you know, to be the last of your race. I wonder if they had, like, if they did find food, whether they would, like, have kids and stuff. Because, you know, it's sort of irresponsible because you know that, you know, those kids could only, you know, mate so far, and then, you know, obviously your species is going to die out, so would you kill yourself and so that your kids wouldn't have to go through the end of your race, you know? Or would you not lose hope and actually have kids in the hope that something would change and that more survivors would be found, that sort of a thing? I probably would. I'd probably have kids and try and, you know, keep the species going until I found something, you know. But obviously there would be that one generation eventually who would need to give up and kill themselves, you know what I mean? But very sad.
Saren's got enough of a head start. Grab that data file and let's go.
Shepard, are you sure? Who knows how much longer Vigil will be here? Even now the projection is weak. This might be our only chance to speak with it, our only link to the knowledge of the Protheans. It is the opportunity of a lifetime.
We're in a race to save the galaxy and you want to play Q&A with a hologram?
You are right. I am sorry. My personal feelings clouded my judgment. We should go.
The one you call Saren has not reached the Conduit. Not yet. There is still hope if you hurry.
Okay. Yep. I'm not going to be able to do that, I don't think, unfortunately. walks, talks like that. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do this. Yeah, you can't even see the bloody... That's how it's meant to look. So it does look a lot nicer with the shadows and the lighting and stuff. But unfortunately the unfortunately there's a bug with this part of the game. Once you get onto the Citadel it goes back to normal again, so I wouldn't worry. Oh, look at all of that I did.
There, the conduit. It's incredible.
We don't have time to admire the view. We have to get through that relay, and these Geth aren't gonna make it easy on us.
Seal the station! The arms aren't moving. System's not responding. Abandon the Citadel! Evacuate the Council! Citadel Control! Citadel Control, do you copy?
There we go. I think you can kill them all. Oh no, you can't. There we go. Back to normal.
Please begin emergency evacuation procedures. This is not a critical failure. This is not a drill.
I know I should speak to Avina, but in this situation I just wouldn't. There's no... I'm not going to speak to a fucking hologram. Let's just get it done.
Inside the arms!
Just saying, the actual size of Sovereign compared to the Citadel is not lore accurate. Sovereign would be a lot bigger than this. The Citadel itself, yeah, would look like this, but you know, I like to think, see those lights up there, those like little ships going between streets and stuff. I like to think that they're looking up, going, "What the fuck?" Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Sovereign is actually like over 1 kilometer long. So, and the Citadel I think is only 4 or 5 kilometers long. So, it might be this size as you're seeing it now, but when you saw it actually landing on the spire, yeah, it's a lot bigger than that. It looked tiny compared to the Citadel. Always is terrifying seeing it like that. goes. Into the ether. Goodbye. Oh, let's come back down. Yeah.
All clear.
Sorry if I kept you waiting.
You've lost. You know that, don't you? In a few minutes, Sovereign will have full control of all the Citadel systems. The relay will open. The Reapers will return.
I'm heading to that master control panel, and you can't stop me.
You survived our encounter on Vermeer, but I've changed since then. Improved. Sovereign has upgraded me.
Fancy hardware's not gonna save you.
You don't understand, Shepard. There is a place for organics in the New Order. The Reapers need men and women of action. People like us. Sovereign recognizes your value. You've impressed it. Surrender to the Reapers, and you will be spared. Join us, and we can find a place for you.
Sovereign's controlling you through your implants. Don't you see that?
The relationship is symbiotic. Organic and machine intertwined. A union of flesh and steel. The strengths of both, the weaknesses of neither. I am a vision of the future, Shepard. The evolution of all organic life. This is our destiny. Join Sovereign and experience a true rebirth.
I'd rather die than live like that.
Then you will die. And your companions. Everyone you know and love. Everyone you've ever met. Don't you understand? You will all die. The Reapers can't be stopped. Not by the Protheans. Not by you. The cycle always continues.
I'm done arguing with you. Let's end this.
You should have joined Sovereign when you had the chance.
Oh, dude. Seriously, that's all you're gonna have. God damn it. Really? You can actually get them to commit suicide there, if you have your Renegade points up high enough. I've been Renegade through this entire playthrough, and, you know, as you can see, and it does seem unless you nearly max this out, you can't, you know, convince them, which is fair enough. Fair enough.
Vigil's data file worked. I've got control of all systems.
Quick! Open the station's arms. Maybe the fleet can take Sovereign down before he regains control of the station.
See if you can open a communications channel.
The Destiny Ascension. Main drives offline. Kinetic barriers down 40%. The Council is on board. I repeat, the Council is on board.
Normandy to the Citadel. Normandy to the Citadel. Please tell me that's you, Commander.
You were expecting someone else?
We caught that distress call, Commander. I'm sitting here in the Endura sector with the entire Arcturus fleet. We can save the Ascension. Just unlock the relays around the Citadel and we'll send the cavalry in.
You'd sacrifice human lives to save the Council? What have they ever done for your kind?
This is bigger than humanity. Sovereign is a threat to every organic species in the galaxy.
That's why you can't throw away reinforcements trying to save the Council. Hold them back until the Citadel arms open up and the human fleet can go after Sovereign.
What's the order, Commander? Come in now to save the Ascension, or hold back?
Wait until those arms open, Joker. We need all our ships focusing on Sovereign, even if it means sacrificing the Council.
A sacrifice for the greater good. I only pray it is not made in vain.
All Alliance ships, hold formation. Wait for a shot at Sovereign. Nothing else matters. I repeat, nothing else matters.
Commander, we're picking up reinforcements. It's the Alliance. Open a comm channel. This is the Ascension. We're taking heavy damage. Guardian defenses are over. Kinetic barriers are offline.
Commander, they closed the channel.
Make sure he's dead.
You send Rex to do that job. Just stamps on his head.
He's dead.
This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
safe now. Where's the commander?
We got your message, Ambassador. What's all this about?
No need to get worked up, Captain. I'd like to end this meeting with all my teeth still in place.
You should thank me for what I did. If the Normandy was still grounded, we'd all be dead right now.
I understand, Captain. You did what you had to do. That's not why you're here. We need to talk about what happened to the Council.
Commander Shepard did the right thing. We had to hold our fleet back to go after Sovereign. It was the only way.
I agree, but this also presents us with an opportunity. The Council is dead. The Galaxy is looking for leadership. The Citadel fleets were decimated in the attack. Their losses have made the Alliance stronger. If we step forward now, nobody will be able to stop us.
You have a plan?
The Galaxy needs leadership, real leadership. When a crisis hits, we can't be paralyzed by debate like the old Council. The new Council must rule with a single voice. It must be assembled from one species alone, humanity.
The rest of the galaxy isn't just gonna bow down because we tell them to.
The other species are scared. They've never faced anything like this before, and they don't know what to do. They want us to step forward. They believe in humanity because of you. Your ruthless pursuit of Saren and the Geth, your defiance of the Council, that's what humans are capable of. That's how we can defeat the Reapers. The others will follow us, Shepard. They know we're their only hope. We will have a human council with a human chairman.
The Ambassador's right. I may not like it, but we can't deny the truth.
Given everything you've done, Commander, the Alliance will want to know who you think our chairman should be.
You can say I don't care here, that means Udina gets it. The pragmatic choice is Udina, but my Shepard is not really that pragmatic. He's more of a from-the-heart kind of guy, and if people screw him over, he always comes back for them, so fuck this guy.
We're about to go into war. We need someone with military experience. Someone like Captain Anderson.
You make a good case. Captain, are you ready for this?
I don't know if any of us are ready for this, but I'll do what I can. So what happens now?
You two can argue politics all you want, but the Reapers are still out there. They're coming. And I'm gonna find some way to stop them.
Shepard's right. We're headed for war with the Reapers. If we lose, it's the end of all life as we know it. And no other species in the galaxy truly understands what it will take to survive. The other races will have to follow our lead. We need to take control. It's time for humanity to rise up and seize its destiny.
Now it's the end of Mass Effect. So the song you're listening to just before a start with the epilogue talk. The song you're listening to is by a band called Faunt, who are actually from Edmonton, right near where BioWare made the game. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Very good band. So, just as a brief aside, you know, again, right from the very beginning of this playthrough, I've said, you know, Mass Effect 1 is the land of compromise, it's the land of, you know, it's a brave new world. This is the first time BioWare ever took on a game like this, you know, a game that's not isometric, you know, top down, anything like that, and chose, quite frankly. It's very raw, it's very new, mistakes are made throughout, and it hasn't aged well.